1, time in, 0-0-2.
So we're just watching the warm-ups here, and we'll
Side
see
out.
how many steps James gets in here today.
0-0-1. Point. One, 0-1. Second serve.
James missing on an attempted poach there.
The battle of the Tuies, though. I mean, like, you got Tui Nation on the far
1,
side,
0-2.
but you have just as good of two-handed backhands here on the near side as well with James Ignatowich and Anna Bright. That dink is deadly by James Ignatowich. It's very difficult to. It's very difficult. So what Connor's dealing with there on that cross court is very tough. Trying to cover middle, cover cross. We're going to watch that play out through this game.
Second serve. Zero, 1, 2. Point.
Great move by Connor. I mean, he's everywhere right now. He's going to have to be very
1,
active
1,
this game.
2.
This is the #1 seed right now, Bright and Ignatowich, so it'll be fun to watch.
Side out.
Alex thought it was in.
Yeah.
Anna called it out. And are we going to get an early challenge?
That's it. Did you see it?
I think he was definitely out, based on the reaction of a few people over here on the sidelines. I think they called it out.
One, 1, 1.
And that serve goes just long.
Second serve. 1, 1, 2. Point.
You know, the conversation in the past week or two has been how to de-weaponize the serve. And there's all these
2, 1, 2.
conversations. And, you know, I've had a few conversations with people of what would you do, like what would they do? And nobody really has quite the answer. I think you either got to let it play out, and, you know, figure out how you're going to make these serves kind of a little bit less, but, you know, it's okay. Like, sometimes, like, a great serve is a great serve. I think the bigger thing that we need to solve first would be the paddles, and getting an even playing field with paddles, and then we're going to be able to kind of dial everything in from there. And I think that that's the way that like a lot of the players feel as well. Just making sure
1, 2, 2.
one thing at a time. You know, we're all in this together, so it's kind of something we got to do.
Side out.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm really surprised that they're messing with the serve. I think it was one thing back when we had the you know, the chainsaw spin the ball off your
2, 1, 1.
grip or, you know, your hand, which created,
Point.
I felt, was an unfair advantage. But people just serving hard, serving with spin, putting the ball in a difficult spot.
3,
That's just
1,
part
1.
of this game.
Yeah, and I
Point.
also think that there's a difference between having a weaponized serve and still hitting a good serve. I
4,
think that
1,
there
1.
needs to be there has to be a way to still hit a good serve. As for weaponizing it, everybody has their own opinions on what weaponizing means, but it's harder
4, 1,
singles,
2.
right? Like, when you're just able to do whatever you want in singles, it's hard to hit a good return, and then all of a sudden, you just get passed 20 times in a row, and we've seen that happen in a few games.
Point.
But you know, it's a conversation that's going on right now within every level of pickleball. So, gonna be interesting to see where it goes.
5-1-2. Side out. 1-5-1. Second serve.
You know, James Ignatowich, such a big body, so good. So he covers so much ground,
1-5-2.
always moving. It's really difficult to play against. And you can kind of see how he makes so many people, you know, uncomfortable on court. Like, he makes you, let's look at that counter. I mean, just swinging through it. Very difficult if your opponent's doing that to you to feel comfortable.
5-1-1.
Beautiful shot.
Point.
James is playing really good right now. What is that, 6-1? 6-1 on one?
Wow. Yeah, where's the timeout?
Right now, they're on the switch too with this big serve. Gonna be difficult.
Second serve.
They needed that.
Yep. I like that from Alix. Great job.
6-1-2. Point.
Nice drive.
And a quick timeout
Timeout
there.
receiver, 7-1-2.
7-1 on the 2.
1 minute.
And we'll
I would have expected a timeout, maybe even a little bit earlier before
Time
it got
in.
to 7-1.
7-1-2.
But hopefully they've had a chance to regroup and figure out some sort of strategy to combat what James is doing right now.
Side out.
And that was a really nice location there by Connor, just inside of James' forehand side.
1-7-1. Second serve.
And there's a shot that Connor would normally make, even the pros
1-7-2.
miss balls sometimes.
Point.
And I think James took a swing at that, and that messed up Anna, who expected that when James swings at it, James hits it.
2-7-2.
So threw her off.
Side out.
Alix drove a ball there at James. I'm going to recommend that she drive it at Anna instead.
7-2-1. Second
James
serve.
looking up at the ceiling here and opening his mouth wide. Just caught the top of the tape, and of course the net is 2 inches higher
7-2-2.
near the edge of the court, and that ball sailed just long. Whoa.
Point.
And Alix did not hit a bad shot, but James anticipated exactly where she was going to hit it perfectly and hit another like swinging volley right through it. I mean, that's just
8-2-2.
7.0 pickleball right there.
Point.
And James is just hitting all the right shots in all the right places so far.
9-2-2. Side out.
Nine 2. Hopefully they can find
2-9-1.
some rhythm.
Point.
Even James Ignatowich misses an easy ball every once in a while.
1.
Beautiful shot and
Second
beautiful
serve.
setup. Anna hit some really nice topspin lobs that are very deceptive, and she hit another one there. And Alix actually had a beautiful get on
3-9-2.
reaction. She had a nice two-handed backhand over the top of her head, but it wasn't enough to win the point for them.
Side out.
James is playing extremely big in the middle.
9-3-1.
All the way over onto Anna's side of the court. And
Point.
that's bad luck there.
Tournaments are a fun and exciting way to grow your game. Connect with other players and stay active in the welcoming pickleball community. Whether you're a seasoned player or looking to try your first tournament, we have a place for you.
To a place called Piccadilly.
And match point here.
Game point, game point.
Or game point.
You haven't been gone that long.
I'm over here just.
Wow.
Point game 11-3.
Man, that
Timeout
counter
change
attack
in
is
2
very
minutes.
hard, especially off the bounce.
Yeah.
Be the way that you like make it the closest game possible.
Side out.
And a good start for them. Yeah, I think they need to obviously just almost completely try and isolate Anna and also go behind James to keep him honest. But as everybody knows, he's got that amazing
0-0-1.
So he's one of the best tinkers in the game off that backhand. So it's just a really hard, tough row to hoe. Wow.
So much power
Second
too.
serve.
Again, I've played him
0-0-2.
many times, and he is very, very difficult to play against.
Side out.
Connor tried to hit the ball after Alix had already hit it to get it across. I'm not sure if that's legal in pickleball.
0-0-1.
At one
Second
point there,
serve.
Connor was standing directly in front of Alix all the way on her side. But
You
as
know,
we've talked about, he's got to do something.
the big thing that you can
0-0-2.
get from watching James is his court positioning. Really, really good when the ball's in front of him. Just good, knows exactly where to be, stops his feet.
Side out.
Fun to watch when you get to analyze the game like that.
0-0-1.
There we go. Give Alix a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
1-0-1.
Wow. Really nice
Second
get,
serve.
but not quite enough.
Alix is playing great. I like watching Alix play.
1-0-2.
She has a great game in really quickly rising up the ranks of pickleball.
Side out.
And I like that he tried something, but James is just completely on right now. It almost seems like you just want to keep the ball away from him.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to go to someone's backhand and you're kind of coming in front of your partner, hitting it straight. If they hit any basically good block to the other court, you're not there anymore.
Second serve.
James with another rare miss. Tougher for him to go down the line with that two-hand
0-1-2.
backhand, especially with the net being a little bit higher right there.
Side out.
But,
Wow.
So that was kind of funny there.
Yeah.
Connor was waiting for a lob to go out right in front of us here.
1-0-1.
And I couldn't see the ball, but I could see the expression on his face when he saw it, that it landed in.
The last ball definitely was out, so good calls there.
Wow. Oh, and
Second
Alix
serve.
gets caught there with the ball in the wrong position. It shows you that how good
1-0-2.
high-level players are at going and getting a lob and just dropping it back in the kitchen.
Point.
That was another fun point there. Anna was way out of position because, you know, with James moving all over the place, she's never sure where she's going to end up. And so she had to run all the way up to the net to retrieve a ball there, but she got it. Yeah.
Side out.
You lob a ball anywhere in the vicinity of James Ignatowich, who's basically 7 feet tall. Okay, he's not that tall. He's going to get it, and he's moving, he's fast, he's quick. That lob would have to fool him and be
0-2-1.
completely cross court to the back corner behind Anna, and it was not. And was that wide?
Just wide.
Yeah, too bad. I mean, good idea, because I'm sure that's not where James was looking for it. Let's see. No.
1-2-1.
It's hard. He's digging so many balls that as soon as you think that you have an opportunity and he digs the first one, you then hit a harder second one, you end up missing instead of him.
So that's one of those
Second
lobs that I
serve.
talked about earlier where Anna just hits a beautiful cross-court lob deceptively, and Connor's not as tall as James is. He still got there. He made a nice shot out of it, but because it was completely cross-court and because he's a little bit shorter,
2-2-2.
he couldn't do what James did with the earlier overhead.
Two-two-one. Second serve.
And Anna upset with herself there on missing that drive. She was going for a half-speed
2-2-2.
drive that just dipped over the net. Wow.
Anna's expectations for herself are so high.
They are.
She's such
they
a competitor. So when she misses a third that we all be like, you know, that's a dangerous third, but kind of like high risk, high reward.
3-2-2.
She expects herself to make it. And so, but that's also what makes her such a great player, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Point.
Confidence is really important in pickleball. We all miss shots, but you know, there's a lot of people who I play with, they're not that
4-2-2.
confident. Their third shot drops, and I'm like, you got to have that confidence. You know, I believe I'm going to make mine 100% of the time. James Power.
Time
just
in,
blasting
5-2-2.
balls.
Yeah, and this is one of those serves that they're, you know, they always look at to see if he's weaponizing it, whatever that means to them. James has one of the
Point.
one of the best serves, but let's, oh my gosh, Anna Bright, I don't know if you guys just saw that shot. I don't recommend trying that shot to anybody
6-2-2.
watching. Do not try that shot. Not really the best ball, but she's one of the best players in the world, so she can make that. That's a very
Point.
difficult shot.
Yeah, Catherine hits that ball really well. Also.
Yes. Again, one of the best players in the world,
7-2-2.
right?
Right.
It's not an easy ball, especially going down Connor Garnett's two-handed side.
Yeah, well, the key is the deception. shot.
Great ball by Alix. I like her.
And that's a similar shot.
I
Like
like her
what we
shot
just
there,
saw there.
yeah.
She did kind of did a little inside-out forehand down the line,
2-7-1.
and also off speed.
For sure.
Nice, and that was a nice off speed there as well. And he put it right down at her feet as opposed to speeding up at her, which she clearly had to be
3-7-1.
at least prepared for.
Second serve.
Anna's playing awesome right now.
3-7-2.
It's really tough when the best team in the tournament is playing. The
Side
number
out.
1 ranked team in the tournament is clicking on all cylinders. It just puts you in a very tough bind to be able to
7-3-1.
make points, create points. It's very, very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Second serve.
Few of the last times there, Alix is finding her groove and getting the best of James. That's got to
I
feel
like
good.
it. I like it.
7-3-2.
Yep. Get her confidence up.
And Connor was smart there. He could tell that Alix was not going to make it up there in time, and so he hung out all the way on her side of the court there. And
3-7-1.
snuck a forehand volley in there.
Second serve.
Beautiful flick there. People always wonder how guys can hit it so hard and who's really not moving his arm at all. That's
3-7-2.
almost completely wrist flick there, and it's just all technique.
Technique and natural
Side out.
ability. I don't like to give people false hope sometimes that they're going to be able to do that at home. And James might
7-3-1.
have one of the hardest flicks from that angle. Unbelievable power that you just don't, the natural person does not have.
Point.
Yikes. Well, they've got to stop him now. This is getting away from him.
8-3-1.
So same thing there. James' serve was so good that by the time Alix hit it, she was almost in the seats behind her, and all of a sudden just having to make a run for the kitchen line. And so
9-3-1.
Connor stayed up there to help her out, but might have hit an out ball.
Second serve.
She gets out of the way of that one.
Yeah, which you want to do. Either that's or go
You
to
know,
the hospital.
I love that play from James, because when you're in like the rhythm and people are a little bit
9-3-2.
nervous and they're down, they'll start hitting balls that are going out. So that's just a really good play by Alix, by getting out of the way and not letting him capitalize on that.
Side out.
And Alix again just struggled to get over there, but she did, and she didn't hit the greatest ball. But James
3-9-1.
missed a ball that he normally would have made, I'm sure. Wow. That ball just
Second
flies.
Yeah,
And that's not even a Yola paddle there.
you guys, that is
3-9-2.
that is one of the hardest hit balls that you will see in pickleball. So
Beautiful,
Side
smart
out.
play there. And Alix left her third up a little bit. And that's what'll happen.
9-3.
9-3-1.
You know, I'm trying to think if well, I'll tell you up to this point. Trying to think if anybody hits
Second
an
serve.
overhead as hard as James, and there's only one, maybe two people that come to mind.
9-3-2.
I'd
Point.
say Patrick Kafka,
Match
come
point.
from the Padel background, hits and then obviously you got Jack Sock, who can unload on
10-3-2.
just about any ball. but they're right up there in that conversation.
Side out.
James getting a little tired. Maybe he's had a few unforced errors that he has not had.
3,
thus far
10,
in the
1.
match. Of course, at 10-3, it's not as big a concern for them.
Second serve.
Almost. I mean, not only is he hitting balls hard, he's hitting balls in great spots.
Yeah.
3, 10, 2.
Little out.
Wow, that was a
I
nice
like
serve,
that.
though. Yeah, she.
I
Side
love
out.
her going for
Match
that.
point.
Right now, there's nothing to lose.
10, 3, 1.
Down 10-3. Match point.
Wow.
Point game match, 11-3.
Yeah.
And it
James is playing
finishes
great.
as it
Anna's playing
started,
great.
right? With
Yep, absolutely.
big play from James Ignatowich. Yeah, I mean, after having seen